Hello, thanks for watching. So I just wanted to put together a short video that talks about the lawsuits that are currently making their way through the court systems. One lawsuit is in federal court and the other was filed with the Court of Claims, but they're about to intersect here on or about September 2nd. They're scheduled to go before the Michigan Supreme Court. And here is the heart of the issue. The Emergency Powers of Governor Act, which is Act 302 of 1945, gives the governor authority to proclaim a state of emergency and make a whole bunch of rules and regulations and issue executive orders related to the emergencies. But if you read the Act, in subsection 2 reads, "The orders, rules, and regulations may be amended, modified, or rescinded in the manner in which they were promulgated from time to time by the governor during the pendency of the emergency, but shall cease to be in effect upon declaration by the governor that the emergency no longer exists." And you may wonder, well, why would the governor do that? Certainly she wouldn't say that the emergency no longer exists. But in fact, on April 30th, she issued an executive order that said exactly that. And the reason she did is because of Act 390 of 1976. It is MCL 30.403. And it says, and this is called the Emergency Management Act, it says the governor is responsible for coping with dangers to the state or the people of the state presented by a disaster or emergency. And it goes on to say the governor may issue executive orders, proclamations, blah, 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 blah. Subsection 3. The governor shall, by executive order or proclamation, declare a state of disaster if he or she finds a disaster has occurred or the threat of a disaster exists. The state of disaster shall continue until the governor finds that the threat or danger has passed, the disaster has been dealt with to the extent that the disaster conditions no longer exist, or until the declared state of disaster has been in effect for 28 days. After 28 days, the governor shall issue an executive order or proclamation declaring the state of disaster terminated, unless a request by the governor for an extension of the state of disaster for a specific number of days is approved by resolution of both houses of the legislature. And so the argument that the plaintiffs are making is that because the governor issued an end to the emergency by issuing an executive order that said the emergency has now ended, that all of her authority to deal with the pandemic ended with that declaration. The Court of Claims heard the case. It got appealed, and it is now before the Michigan Court of Appeals and will be ruled on and is ordered for the opinion to be released by no later than August 21st. And on September the 2nd, the Supreme Court has already agreed to hear this case. So it will be interesting to see how they rule and what happens after the opinion becomes public. Thanks for watching.